Come on now, been waiting all day on this.
Well, you
Not
know,
really.
just let you know it's already started. So, welcome
Oh boy.
everybody. Welcome everybody to the far side of the pod. I'm Jordan. You just heard Ridge. Now you're
I'm
not.
nervous now.
And now we got
I'm nervous now.
and we got Caleb.
What's up?
And let's get the podcast started today. Ridge, tell us and let's discuss about some Halloween Horror Nights and their recent announced houses and the houses that's been announced so far.
Yep, so the houses that we got. First off, this is going to be a great year.
Yeah.
Like, I'm still debating on how I'm going to get down there and how I'm going to come up with the money to go, all right? All right, so the houses we have is Jack and Oddfellow, Chaos and Control. If you don't know who Jack is the star clown of the event. Every single year, people are looking for this clown. I'll be looking for him, even though I know good and well he only comes out once every 5 years. I still look forward to him because he is the best icon character, if you ask me. All right, that's just my own personal opinion.
And me.
So, but that is my favorite. And then you got Oddfellow, Dr. Oddfellow. He is the ringleader over the carnival that Jack comes from. So it's going to be like if I had to imagine, it's like a. What's the best way to describe this, Slater?
He's kind of like a witch doctor mixed with a kind of like
No, I mean like the house itself.
well, my bad. I don't know. I mean, I guess like you said, there could be some kind of connection between them.
I mean it?
Like
My thought
besides
is
them just being icons together, it's just like
you're right.
there could be some kind of connection. Like Oddfellow's magic or whatever could be what is fueling the carnival. Like I mean, we know it's fear, but Oddfellow also runs on fear, so it's like a twisted thing.
I'm curious if it's going to be them working together, or if this is like a for anyone that just knows simple Halloween or scary movie terms. If this is going to be like a Freddy versus Jason type of thing.
Right.
But
I mean, maybe
the only reason why I don't know because it doesn't say Jack versus Oddfellow.
Right.
It says and Oddfellow.
Maybe they could go with that route just because like Oddfellow is becoming like the more recent popular just because I think he's the newest, right?
Right.
So it's like maybe he's like because he became pretty popular in the year that we went. Like
Yeah.
So like he's pretty popular and maybe it's like Jack's got like a problem with that because he's like I'm the original, this is my thing, not yours.
I don't know.
I don't know, but either way, it's still cool.
All right. Then after that, the next house that got announced and also looking forward to, believe it or not. Oh yeah, by the way, Slater, I watched this movie here recently. It is Sinners.
Nice.
It is coming to HHN as a house.
I'm intrigued on how they like do that. Really, because like,
dude, it's going to be simple. It's going to be the main thing that we're walking through is the battle at the end.
And I can see us like I can see possibly walking through like the dance scene, like whenever it's going through all the different cultures.
Maybe
I could see that being a walkthrough part, at least like at the beginning or something like that.
I think the thing that we're going to end up seeing, if dancing wise, will be whenever. Slight spoilers alert, by the way. I'm just now thinking about this while we're talking about it. We'll probably see the dancing scene from the vampires. Maybe.
Oh yeah, the Rocky Road to Dublin.
Yep.
Yeah. I was thinking, you remember the last time we went, they had that Tooth Fairy house? Oh, it was not the last time we went, but the time before COVID. They had the two houses they were supposed to put through. It was like a Tooth Fairy and something but there was like a storyline to it, and when you first walked through it, it wasn't like a scared to like a couple minutes into it because it was kind of like telling you the story
Right.
of it. I think it'd be cool if like the first part of the house is like that opening sequence when they're explaining the music bringing dark forces.
Right. Now, I tell you, to be 100% honest, I think that this is also tying into a house that they did not that long ago. I can't remember the character's name, but it was based off of a guy that sold his soul for the
Yeah,
blues.
yeah. Well, that's the thing.
Yeah, and that's the thing that we're getting with this, too, or that
Well,
comes from.
in Sinners, the guitar that Sammy that they give to Sammy, right?
You're right.
The guitar is they try to tell him that's that guy's guitar,
You're right.
but
Yeah.
when it realistically was just Smoking Stack's dad's guitar.
Right.
Which why I say when I talk about Sinners to some people, I think it'd be cool if they did like a Sinners universe type of thing, and like we got a movie based on that guy, or like some kind of sub reference to him.
Maybe their dad is that guy, and he just didn't act like it around them.
I don't know, maybe. Either way, I still think it'd be a cool thing to see. And you're right, it does. I mean, it does have the correlation because it in the movie, and a lot of people speculate that that could be in the same universe as that story, just because of the because they talked about more than just vampires throughout the movie. They talked about haints. They talked about demons. They talked about a few other things, but of
You're right.
course, ultimately ended up being vampires. But no, I'm excited to see what they do with the house. Of course, the vampires look great, so I'm hoping that they have nice makeup, especially of like um
Dude, you know they're going to.
how the guy looks at how I can't remember his name off the top of my head for some reason. The bad guy, the main bad guy. I can't.
Yeah. Yeah, I know who you're
I don't
talking
know why.
about.
But at the very end of the movie, he's full vampire form, got the teeth out and the claws.
Right.
Like I think that would be an awesome makeup to see.
The
Uh,
disc in the side of his face.
yeah, and it would be really cool if like there's a part where you walk through looks like the outside of the barn or the slaughterhouse whenever that scene is happening, and they say they have like lightning striking with the strobe lights, kind of like
Right.
how during like the Halloween one when we walked through, it looked like you're walking outside of the house, stuff like that.
And good and well, they're going to start us off inside the juke joint, and then we're going to walk outside.
Yeah, yeah. And what would be really cool if it got really quiet at one point, because like think of the part when Cornbread goes to use the restroom, you can hear like the whispers, the cornbread, cornbread.
Right.
Like I think that would be really awesome, and I just think it's cool that Sinners is getting a house, just because I'll say it again over and over. Sinners was arguably the best movie last year for me, and I still think it's in my top 5 favorite movies of all time. I just love that movie. I know some people can think differently. It's just Michael B. Jordan's always been one of my favorite actors, so I'll always go back to it
Listen,
there.
no spoilers right here, all right? But why'd the ending get me?
Dude, it made me cry.
Like, from a certain point where one of the twins sees something and forward, why did that get me
Now,
so bad?
Ridge, at this point, if they ain't seen Sinners or clips of Sinners on TikTok, it's their fault. So,
Well, listen, I know that some of our listeners haven't seen it, so I don't want to spoil anything for them, okay?
right,
Because that's not something that you see a clip of on TikTok,
right.
unless you just go digging for it.
Well, the thing is that the significance of that scene is because before that certain character, went, took their exit, they told them, I have someone,
You're right.
uh, oh, Austin, yes, is super, oh, that's Nick Austin, what's up? Yeah, that was a good movie, man. It's an awesome movie. But when that certain character took their exit, they told them, I have somebody waiting for me on the other side, and so do you.
Yep.
And
And brother, whenever they got to that, oh god.
whenever he was just about to cross planes, he saw them, and you know, and I'm gonna just say this: if you ain't seen it, mute it now because I'm gonna say the name just because I have to point out the significance of this scene to you, Ridge, because I don't know if you've caught it. Um, Throughout the movie, you learn that Smoke is a soldier, a former military.
Yeah, yeah,
Him and Stack were in World War One together,
right.
and he's got trimmers. And if you
Yeah,
notice, because he always had to have Stack roll his cigarettes for him,
yeah,
and she brings up like the scene where they do it in her shack, right?
yep,
She talks about him, doing his wicked ways and all that, and saying that she prayed for their protection, and that's why
mhm,
she's like, you should believe in those things. And before she hands the baby right to him,
yep,
he's got the cigarette in his mouth, and she says,
yep,
she was like, put that out. You don't, and she emphasizes, Elijah, you might want to put that out. Don't want no smoke, getting any smoke on my baby, on our baby.
yep,
Well, she's not saying the cigarette smoke. She's saying let go of your bad self and come
right,
in with you. I want you, Elijah, not smoke. So get that
right.
smoke off of you. And like that's what got me in that part. It was just like I love that connection between those two actors in that scene, and the movie's like I will always say that movie's a masterpiece down to the final second of the after credit scene.
Oh yeah,
Like it's Ryan Coogler. Like I said it last time when we talked about Ryan Coogler. That's I don't know how he'll top that, and like if he tops it, I'll be so surprised. But I'm excited to see what they do with HHN. HHN always is going to do something that does honor those movies or series. So
right. See, so now I got another question that's
no, go ahead.
on and off topic here. How on earth are the people that decide to mute this going to know to come back?
Well, it'd be all right.
Caleb put it in the chat for him. Let him know it's all right to come back now. You can unmute. I was sitting there thinking, huh, how are we going to go about this?
I got it.
All right. So hopefully if somebody listens later on, they'll also go to the comments to see, all right, you can unmute now.
But yeah, continue with the next house, my man.
All right, so next house we got is called HR Blood and Guts presents a Halloween Frighttacular. I have no idea what this is.
There's no information on what it's gonna be.
I have no information in front of me on what any of it's going to be. I just got titles to go off of here.
I mean, it kind of sounds like the Slaughter Cinema thing. It might be something like that.
Maybe. You know what it also sounds like?
What?
And I don't know why. It also sounds kind of like something that came from R.L. Stine.
Yeah, I was thinking that, or like the old time horror movies.
Yeah,
because I like those, like Alfred Hitchcock, right? It always said Alfred Hitchcock presents, even on the movie poster. So those are my ideas with it.
But I imagine it's going to be bloody and it's going to be gutsy.
Oh yeah.
See what I did there? Oh, I forgot to mention the other big IP house that they announced.
Yeah, go ahead. I was waiting on it.
The next one is Stranger Things 5.
Which, if you follow along with HHN, they always do Stranger Things when Stranger Things does a season. So
it's borderline, like how they're doing this is like how they did for The Walking Dead.
Yeah. I don't know how it will go with this one. Honestly, I don't even remember what happened. How the fourth one was, like when they did the
I don't know neither.
But
and Caleb exited out, and he's back.
What happened?
Caleb, you good?
Yeah, I don't know what happened there.
Okay. Well, you ain't missed much. All you missed was us talking about Stranger Things 5 having a house at HHN.
I gotcha.
All right, then after that, the other original house will be Madlands Caged Cannibals. Which, I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory that it's going to be about cannibalism. And you're going to see a lot of nasty stuff in that house because of the idea of cannibalism. And then, after that, the next house, and I'm going to butcher how I say the last part of this, Cybergoria.
Cybergoria.
So, it has a feeling kind of like if you turned Terminator into more of a horror genre. That's what I get from it.
I mean, that's what it more sounds like, yeah.
And then last but not least, the last house is Invasion Alien Abduction.
Word.
And from what I heard, it's going to be like the aliens will be gray skinned. Aliens, so
they're just trying to do like an actual alien thing.
Yeah, they're doing actual aliens and like making them terrifying, I guess.
Word.
So that is our houses for HHN this year. Any thoughts on any of the originals?
So are they only doing the the 2 IPs?
Right now, this is all that we have, and that's 7 houses.
Yeah, true.
They normally only do about 7 houses, I think. 7 or 8, I think, is their normal number on houses.
I guess with Sinners being such a big thing, they're just like, we thought Sinners and Stranger Things being the 2 major IPs. Then, of course, having the Jack and Oddfellow house.
Though, that doesn't... I think that we'll get probably 2 more houses announced.
You think so?
Because there was a rumor for a long time that we was getting an Ozzy Osbourne house.
Yeah.
So I wonder what happened with that idea. Or if it just fell through. And then I've also heard that they're thinking about doing an Evil Dead house, maybe.
If they do an Evil Dead house and I can't go, that'll be 2 years in a row. But they do one of my favorite horror franchises and I don't get to see it in person. Like, come on. I mean, Sinners is already up there, but if you do Evil Dead, y'all will know.
It was either Evil Dead or it was Resident Evil.
Either way.
Talking about doing. It's one of the 2 that they've thrown out the idea on, apparently.
That'd be cool, though. Honestly, one thing I will say, the one thing I wish we had at our HHN, but I understand why we don't have, is the horror tram. The tram, I thought that'd be a cool thing.
Yeah, it'd be interesting, but it don't unfortunately fit anywhere.
No, it wouldn't fit with Universal Florida. It's just like that's the one thing I wish we could have in Universal Florida, just because I would love to do that. Like that'd be the main reason. Like if we were ever in LA and we was like, "Yo, let's go to Universal," that'd be the main reason why I'd want to go is for the horror tram or even the regular tour. But I'd like to do it during that to see the Bates house at night and stuff like that.
Right.
But we got anything else on HHN, fellas?
That's all we got.
Yeah.
Unless y'all got anything else.
Experience.
No, ain't minute news. Alright, so GTA 6 pre-order came out just the other day. And, Ridge, I know you said you got it, right?
Yep, got the Lux version of it. Looking forward to it.
But we do have some, a couple of things that we could bring up. But Ridge, you said that there's somebody that for another game that we already, know and are excited for in the game?
Yeah, so joining GTA, adding to his resume, will be Brett Gibson, known for playing Sabretooth in Marvel's Wolverine, and he will be playing a character named Ellis.
All right, all right.
So it's
Which
kind of cool that
I kind of saw that before, like when they said somebody from Marvel's Wolverine was a part of it, but
pretty cool if you ask me. Let's see here. Let me look this feller up real quick, see if there's anything else to go off on with him.
then I will say a lot of things. You know, with last episode we mentioned how there's characters or like rumors that some characters will like be related or have some form of relation to Red Dead characters.
Right.
I will say Jason, the main guy, like really looks like Arthur. Like
Yeah,
in those pictures that they posted, like
Yeah.
specifically, like they had one when he had long hair and a mustache, and I was like, "Yo, what in the world?" And it's just like he does it like. What's crazy is he looks like Arthur and Lucia looks like Mary Linton.
I
And
think that should be the next steps with Red Dead is somehow connecting those two games.
honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if they somehow pulled it out in this one.
They could tease it in this one at like the very end,
I just
and
think
then we go back.
because
Yeah, they could.
I always said, man, like it'd be cool if like the next Red Dead would be like because you know the last Red Dead was like the late 1800s, like the late 1800s into the early 1900s.
You're right. The
So
only other thing that I see this guy's going to be known for that we'd probably know him or we'll end up hearing him in, other than Marvel's Wolverine, is Stranger Things Tales from '85.
okay, but I don't know, like just seeing like the stuff that you get. First of all, finding out GTA wasn't going to be $200, awesome. Then you know finding out that the base game, yeah, it's 80, but it's still better than what we thought it was going to be.
And even the deluxe version
Yeah.
ain't that bad of a price.
Here's the thing: is I paid more for WWE 2K26 than I will for GTA 6. That's
Good gosh.
and that's crazy to think. Like I've literally thought about that a couple times this week, and I was like, "That's insane." Like for a game that's been being worked on for the last 13 years, is going to cost less. And like the game that's supposedly going to be the craziest and the biggest game of all time was cheaper than a wrestling game that I don't even play anymore.
And apparently they are selling the idea that it's going to be best to play on PS5.
Yep, they did say that. Sorry, Caleb.
Dad wasn't buying the game anyway.
I know.
You're not buying the game.
No.
To be real, Caleb's got friends that he pretty much connects to stuff with too sometimes too. So. But
Jeez.
either way, I'm pumped for it. It's gonna be a fun time. Anything
Oh,
else?
yeah.
Anything else for GTA 6?
Just looking forward to it. I wish that they would drop another trailer just to keep the hot ball rolling for it. But I mean, it's still fresh on the pre-sale and all the information that we got with the whichever version you get. Even the basic version, if you pre-order it, you're going to get a few things.
Yeah.
But if you get the deluxe version, you get a lot of things for that.
Apparently, you even get like secret missions and stuff like that if you get the Ultimate Edition. So
Yeah.
Either way,
Yeah.
it's gonna be a good time. And I will say the last thing I have to say, I've seen content creators make posts of like, "Are you serious? GTA 6 is gonna be a single player game? Are you serious?"
Well, yeah, that's how it's going to have to start.
And it's like, did y'all not play any other GTA game besides GTA Online? Like,
No, probably not. That's probably all they ever played was GTA Online. They never took the time to play the story to GTA 5.
and honestly, I'm gonna say this just because I just from the looks and feels that I get from the game, you know, Red Dead. Of course, it has Red Dead has some goofy things in it, but you know, it's got a very serious tone to it by the end of it, right?
Yeah.
And that's the one thing that always got me with GTA 5. Well, any GTA's done it, but you know how I feel about Trevor. Trevor's not my favorite character in the game, and I I'm just hoping that there's a lot more seriousness to this game. Like I want it to of course there's going to be the goofy stuff. I'm not going to say there's not going to be, but
Right.
I want the story because this is supposed to be like a Bonnie and Clyde style story, and I want it to feel that way. I want it to draw emotion. You know, that's the thing is I want it to draw the emotion. I want it to draw the points of the story that it needs to get across without
The
something
emotion
being
is going to come from knowing that he was a cop at one point that got in trouble for dating her.
yeah. And that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking, you know, dude, I have a feeling that this game is going to end up being where you can play back and forth as them, and by the end of it, you're going to have to choose one of them, play as one of them, and they're going to have to turn on each other, or
Yep.
something like that. And it's going to be a crazy good story. I just think I'm excited for it. And you know, people, if you're whining about the story, you don't even need to buy the game because you need to just shut up. Because look, GTA ain't all about online. GTA is about the stories, and for us who's been playing since GTA 3, you know, let us enjoy this. Let the real ones who's been waiting since 2013 enjoy this. All right, on to the next topic. So, we got official confirmation that we are from Ron Howard, the original director. We are getting The Grinch 2. How the Grinch Stole Christmas Part 2 with Jim Carrey returning. What do you guys think about it?
Well, first off, it's not set in stone that we are getting this. They are still in the
It's in
process of getting it greenlit.
it's in the works, but I have a feeling we'll get it.
Yeah.
But what
Yeah,
It'll be
Jim Carrey's
interesting.
taking it seriously. Like, I mean, you know what he said? He said he really wouldn't consider doing any movies unless he really, really loved the role and the writing was good. And that's why he did Sonic the Hedgehog. He loved the character so much. And I feel like that just kind of maybe reignited his love. So I feel like I'm excited to see what they do with it if they do it right.
Yeah, that's
You know?
that's my thing is I wonder what the story will be like because you know any interpretation of the Grinch we got goes off the same original story of how the Grinch stole Christmas.
Maybe there's a new Grinch and or a new kind of person who's like is kind of like how the Grinch used to be,
Like
and then the Grinch has to try to help them.
my guess is they can kind of go the route with how like a next of kin or something happens and
Yeah,
so,
I mean,
now the one thing I want to happen is Taylor Momsen better be a part of this movie. I know it's like a far fetched, but one, she did just re-record how Where Are You Christmas? This just last year,
yep,
but I think it'd be a cool story on like Sydney Lou who's having problem in accepting
maybe.
Christmas, and the Grinch is the one that has to convince her to bring her love back for Christmas. You know, because he could be like, you were the one who made my heart grow instead of shrink. Like, I just think that'd be a really good, powerful
Yeah,
story for the movie. Ridge, what do you think about it, Pimp?
I'm interested to see what the story will be for a second Grinch movie and what would make Jim Carrey want to come back to this character. You know, because originally he talked about how horrible it was to get in and out of that practical suit that they had him in. You know, but today's technology will make it easier on him where he doesn't have to have that. But, there's got to be a good story to get me interested. So just hope it plays out well.
Yeah, that's my thing. If the story is good, that's all I'll care about. All right, anything else on the Grinch?
Nope.
All right. Next, Ridge, we got some information about the Magic School Bus live action. Tell us about it.
Yeah, so we're finally going on, hopefully, a normal field trip with Miss Frizzle and the gang. As we're getting this live action Magic School Bus, and uh, we know the who will be playing Miss Frizzle is Miss Elizabeth Banks.
Hey man, I do like Elizabeth Banks. Um, I think she's goofy enough. Like I said, she played that. I can't remember Elfie. She played Elfie in the Hunger Games, so you kind of can see that. Like you could kind of piece together how she would play Miss Frizz. Of course, adding the actual Miss Frizz, comedy into it. But I think she's a good choice. What do you guys think?
I think it's an interesting pick. I mean, I don't necessarily know all of her work, but I'm looking forward to it just to see what they end up doing for a Magic School Bus live action. What makes them feel like they need to tell this story
Right.
in a live action form.
I mean, it could just be for nostalgia bait, but either way,
I mean, as long as we ain't going to the water and going down to the size of fish eggs.
yeah,
If you know where I'm going at, you know what I mean.
yeah, I got you. Yeah, we don't need that.
Don't need our kids asking questions about what the heck's going on.
Mommy, why are they swimming the opposite direction?
But
Caleb, what do you think?
anyway,
I think it's cool to see them bring it to life. I think she's a decent pick. I'm like Ridge. I'm not the most familiar with her work, but I know, I've seen her in a few things. But yeah, I'm excited to see what they do with it.
I mean, she's a very talented actress. She's up and down. She was in the Power Rangers 2017 remake. She played Rita Repulsa in that. She was in the Pitch Perfect series as the commentators at the acapella shows with the guy. Um, she's been in a lot of stuff, man, and like she's been in serious roles. She's been in funny roles. And like I said, she's in Hunger Games as Elfie, the one that does the "May the odds be ever in your favor" type of. And I think just thinking about how she plays that character, I think she's a decent choice for Miss Frizz. And I know a lot of people wanted Kate McKinnon, but I think Elizabeth is a really good choice. All right. So anything else on the Magic School Bus? I guess not. All right, on to the next one. All right, Red, we got some new Ghostbusters animated series coming out next year. Let us know about it.
yeah, so we're getting a new, like you said, new Ghostbusters animated series coming to Netflix. It's called Ghostbusters Night Shift. Um, and that's all I know about it. And the art form looks pretty cool
Yeah.
from what I've seen. It'll be interesting to see how they tell the story. I know it's been forever and a day since we've last had an animated Ghostbusters. If I'm not mistaken, that was back in the early Cartoon Network, before Cartoon Network was a thing.
Oh yeah,
Maybe
it's been some
it might have
time.
been even it might have even been before then.
It's been some
But
time.
that was one of those cartoons that you would see come on during like the Halloween season if you was a kid. Like you'd get the old Adams Family cartoon, you would get the Ghostbusters cartoon. So it's just one of those old classics. And it'll be interesting to see how they take about this one.
Yep. Yep. Honestly, I think it'd be cool. Did we see what was it? Sony that's doing it? You said no.
I
Is
think
it?
so.
Let's see, because if it's that,
Not 100% sure.
is it, what's After Hours? What's it going to be called?
Night Shift.
Night Shift.
Ghostbusters Night Shift.
Because my thing, if it's Sony, you know that. Yeah, it is Sony Animation, dude.
Yep.
Sony Pictures Animation kills it every time. I don't think I've seen a movie by them that I didn't like. I mean, Goat was awesome. The Spider-Man movies are awesome. K-pop Demon Hunters is awesome. I mean, I'm excited to see what they do with that, and honestly, how they make the ghost look and how they make the animation look in general. So that honestly, just knowing Sony does it makes me more excited for it. To be honest with you.
Right.
Caleb, you got anything on it?
No, I don't really know too much about it.
Well, I will say Ghostbusters is an underrated franchise. I know it's liked a lot, and I know it's weird me saying underrated. And I'm only saying underrated because it's not been the hugest franchise in my life. It's just,
Yeah.
it's not something that I've like. Not even Brittany have seen the original ones, and like we've seen like the Ghostbusters Afterlife, in which Ghostbusters Afterlife is a bomb movie. If you ain't seen that, it's a great movie. But I just Ghostbusters is something I always just don't think about, but every time I come back around to it, it's really awesome. And honestly, Ghostbusters has one of the craziest, well, not craziest, but one of the most like underrated fan bases. Like the Ghostbusters has a huge following, especially for the people who grew up watching them.
Right.
So I'm excited to see what they do with it, and I hope it lives up to I hope the fans who really love Ghostbusters love it. So. All right, so
Yeah.
on to the next topic. We got some DC Studios news, Ridge. We got some new animated series and stuff like that to talk about, so why don't you let us know about them?
Yeah, so we got 3 new animated series coming out. First one, I'll go from back to front, I guess. Or, anyways, so we are getting Absolute Batman as an animated series.
That's going to be awesome.
That's going to be wicked right there now.
That's going to be absolutely awesome.
Then
I'm excited, like, just thinking about how that Joker is. Because if y'all don't know, Absolute Joker is the worst version of Joker of all time. And I mean worst by most sadistic, messed up version of Joker. Like literal
I'm looking forward.
Spawn of hell. And I know you're looking for Catwoman.
No. No, that's not what I'm looking forward to. Chill out there, Slater. The character I'm looking forward to in this Absolute series is Absolute Bane.
Oh, yeah. Honestly,
that monster of a man.
The one I'm excited to see is Absolute Mr. Freeze.
Right. I'm curious on if any of this will connect to like the actual DCU in of itself, like any of the movies and live action.
I don't know. That'd be crazy.
Because I know some things will.
Yeah. And I'm just excited, dude. I really hope. I mean, we've seen James Gunn go as far as doing that whole thing in Peacemaker where they go to a timeline where it's all Nazis, right?
Right.
So I wonder if they're gonna have a scene or an episode where Batman is beating the shit out of the cops. Like
language.
Yeah, my bad. But you,
language.
If you know what comic book I'm talking, like what comic part of it I'm talking about. Like, Batman finds out that these dirty cops are doing some, like, killing innocent people and everything, and he just comes in and absolutely butchers them all. Like, he just goes absolutely crazy on them. And I kind of wonder if they'll have that in the series. Like, that's one.
I mean, possibly, especially considering the fact that this Batman, if I'm not mistaken, his bat symbol is an axe.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Now, another thing is we don't know who's voicing them yet.
Yeah.
I think, and I saw someone say this. Let me look up who his name is, but he voices Daredevil in Marvel Rivals, and let me tell you, Alex Lee. He would be a crazy voice for that Batman because when he screams in that game, like when he does the "Let the Devil Out" thing, It sounds like so guttural, like it's borderline death metal. Like I think he'd be a good vote, and I somewhat saw someone say it on TikTok, so I'm riding with that. Do y'all just a weird question? I know y'all probably don't. Is there anybody that you would like to see voice him?
Not right off the top of my head, no. Like,
Yeah,
I
I was gonna
imagine
say,
this
I don't know.
Batman has a very deep voice.
Right.
Uh, the only person that comes to mind right off the top of my head, and I can't think of his name, but the exact guy that just got done playing the live action version of Galactus.
Oh yeah, I know you're talking about Rob Ennis or something Ennis.
Yeah, Rob Ennis, I think. But he would be a really good voice for him, I think.
Yeah. And I know Caleb, you said don't really know yourself, but either way,
Yeah,
it's gonna be a killer show. Killer show. You can go ahead with the next one, Rich.
All right, the next one that we're getting is Crypto. Getting a Crypto animated show.
Not surprised, James Gunn made his dog Crypto technically, so of course we're gonna get even more Crypto.
Now, listen, to be fair, I'm curious a little bit on this show because I have a feeling about what happens in Supergirl. Haven't watched it yet, but I have a feeling on what happens to Crypto. So
Right.
we'll just leave it at that. I'm sure you can put the pieces together.
Yeah. All right.
So I imagine that the show will be from beforehand.
Yeah. Probably.
So, all right, and then the next show that we're getting, and the show that I'm personally looking forward to, other than Absolute Batman, is Joker Laugh Riot.
Oh yeah, the Joker anime.
Yep. So we do have a little bit about what this show is going to be. Is going to be about. So, according to Screen Thrill. Holy crap! If I can talk, that would help. In Joker Laugh Riot, after the Dark Knight is killed, the Joker tears through Gotham's underworld on a brutal hunt for the killer. The story dives into who the Clown Prince really is when he no longer has Batman to define him. I imagine that this is going to be brutal AF.
Oh yeah. I mean, if you watch or play or read anything Batman and all that, we know that Batman and Joker are the arch enemies, but there's in some of my favorite forms of Batman in the Joker storyline, like I think of the Telltale series and even the Justice League, the Snyder cut. Batman, it's like Batman and Joker are one and the same. It's like you can't have one without the other, so it's kind of like though Batman wants to, he just can't type of thing.
Right.
And even in the Dark Knight, well, not Dark Knight, but Arkham Knight, whenever Joker is dead, but he's a part of Batman's conscience at this point, and he talks to him and messes with him, and I don't know. It's like it's cool to see that we're going to see a part where Batman does die and see how the Joker like retaliates against that. Because weirdly enough, if y'all don't know, the Joker pretty much sees Batman as like his best friend.
Yeah.
And like though they hate each other, but it's like they also like, especially on the Joker side, they love each other.
It's a love-hate relationship.
Right. And it's like the only time I've ever seen it be opposite is Absolute Batman and the Dark Knight Returns movie. So it's like, because even think about Under the Red Hood, whenever Jason comes back and he's trying to kill the Joker, and he's like, all that time you knew, why didn't you kill him? Why? Like, you knew what he did to me, but why didn't you kill him? And he's like, it's not that simple. And it's a crazy relationship, but I'm excited to see how they go with it. There was one other thing they announced, Ridge, that you didn't bring up, which they did bring up stuff that they're coming out in like 2028, like that duo movie. I can't remember what it's called, but the one with like Nightwing and Red Hood and stuff like that. But coming out, I think this year, they're starting a 3-series animated movie for Nightfall. And Batman Nightfall, if you don't know, is when Bane breaks Batman's back.
Right.
And Azazel becomes Batman for a little bit. Not Azazel, that's the X-Men.
Azrael.
Yeah. So they got the trailer out for that. If you ain't watched it, check it out. And it looks awesome. Michael Mando, who's playing Scorpion in the Spider-Man movie, does the voice of Bane. Yeah. It's going to be a 3-part movie, and it looks phenomenal. So anything else with the DC, my fellas?
That's all
No.
we got.
pretty
Looking
cool,
forward
huh?
to this Joker show for sure.
Absolutely. Now let's get on to the next. All right, Ridge, you got some news in the Marvel world, starting off with Secret Wars.
Well, but, I mean, technically, it looks like both of them are going to happen in Secret Wars. Both of these things now are just rumors. So label it underneath the rumor mill or rumor has it. If you were with us back in the day whenever we did our rumor has it section of the show. But the first rumor that we have for this is that in Secret Wars, we will be introduced to Blade for the first, the new Blade for the first time.
Nice.
Finally. Let me tell you. Y'all, I mean, if you know me, I know I say this a lot. If you know me, these two fellas know me. Blade's one of my guys. Always has been, always will be. I've been a massive Blade fan since I was a kid. I remember watching the movies when I was single digits, dude. And I've always loved those movies. And Eric Brooks, Blade, is one of the best characters to me. He's such a diverse character that doesn't get a lot of love. And hopefully I'm praying to God Mahershala Ali still play him. But it's been since Eternals since we even heard the man's voice.
Yeah.
And that's the only thing that we have gotten because they just can't find anything to stick for the movie. Or anyone to stick for the movie. And it almost feels like this movie is cursed at this point.
Well, I think that this is the best way possible to bring him in and introduce him.
Yeah.
And this can also, at the same time, instead of setting up a Blade by itself movie, set up Midnight Suns. Yeah.
Yep, that was my exact thought, that whatever happens in Secret Wars with them can end up setting up Midnight Suns. But what that makes me think of, right? Does that mean that Moon Knight was going to be in Secret Wars?
He might make like a small cameo there in like the big battle. I imagine
because that even Oscar Isaac has talked about that he wants to do a Midnight Suns movie, and it's been rumored through the mill that will happen. And there's also rumors that there's been rumors that we'll get Ghost Rider in one of these movies too. So
ooh.
But it looks like the Ghost Rider that we're getting first will be Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, boy! That's dude.
Nice.
Dude, Nicolas Cage's Ghost Rider is so underrated, dude. Like those movies, I the first one specifically, even though I think the second one's underrated.
Yeah. First one's the best.
That first one, that was the first movie I've ever watched like multiple times in the movie theaters. Ridge, you know how we are. We're going to the movies multiple times to watch movies we love.
Yep.
I remember I saw that Ghost Rider movie in the theaters at least 5 times. And it used to scare the crap out of me, especially like Blackheart in that movie, and especially when he takes in all the souls of Sam Van Gonza and
yep.
all that. But just to see Nicolas Cage get to play Johnny Blaze again. And honestly, I think it would be cool to have the guy who plays Robbie Reyes in Agents of Shield make an appearance too. Like that would be cool. It's just because that's a version of Ghost Rider I wish we could see more of, just because he's cool. But I'm excited to see what they do. Honestly, I can't remember the other Ghost Rider's name because there's Johnny Blaze, Robbie Reyes, and somebody else. He's a very popular name, but I heard a lot of people said that Johnny Blaze could be the next Ghost Rider. Well, that version of Ghost Rider could be the MCU's Ghost Rider and not Johnny Blaze.
I wouldn't mind seeing the Galactic Ghost Rider.
I just feel like that's something that would be wild to throw in at first, you know?
Well, I mean, if you did that, you could tell two stories, like kill two birds with one stone.
Right.
If you did that, because then you could dive back into the story of Thanos, because the Galactic Ghost Rider carried him around as a baby, and then at the same time, if you do that, you could also bring back Star Fox at some point in this new Ghost Rider film.
I found the name of the guy that I was thinking about, right?
Yeah.
And this could be a really good connection, really cool connection. So you said the first Ghost Rider that we'll get is more than likely Nicolas Cage's, right?
Yes.
So I just found out the guy's name is Danny Ketch, Ketch.
Yeah, that's a good Ghost Rider too.
And he said, and I just found out that he's Johnny's long lost brother. Who discovers a mythical motorcycle in a junkyard that bonds with the spirit that's bonded with the spirit of vengeance. That'd be a cool connection now. That'd be a cool connection.
It would be that would be really cool.
But either way, I hope they do that right. Honestly, I'm gonna hop on the train. I think Ryan Gosling would be awesome. Like, especially if it is Danny Ketch. Because Danny Ketch in the comic books is blonde. And I think Gosling's been wanting to play Ghost Rider for a while. And dude,
who doesn't want to play Ghost Rider though?
That's true. But this is another thing. How wild would it be that he played Ghost Rider? Because do y'all know who his wife is? Eva Mendes, who played the love interest in the Nicolas Cage Ghost Rider movie.
Oh.
That'd be wild. That'd be wild. But either way, I'm excited to see what they do with Blade. I hope they bring him in. I hope it's Mahershala. If not, somebody who will play him good. I just don't see it not being Mahershala, because at this point I feel like we would know something.
Yeah, we would have heard something by now.
My pick for Ghost Rider is still Keanu Reeves.
I mean, yeah. Well, that's the thing is, if they
especially since he owns his own bike company.
Oh no, yeah, that's the thing is, they could go with the Johnny story and have a movie or two with him, and by the end of it, bring in Danny Ketch. Like, that could be a thing too. So, either way, I just want to see Ghost Rider, and I hope he's done cool, because Ghost Rider, if y'all don't know, is one of the most powerful beings in the Marvel Comics. Like, he's a literal, like, not sentient being, he's a biblical being, honestly. It's wild to say, but he is. And he's got crazy power. Crazy power.
Yeah.
And, like, he could grab Doctor Doom and just tell him to look into my eyes, bro. And, yep, there he goes. That's it.
I doubt that's going to happen, but...
No, that won't happen, but I'm just, like, using an example on how strong...
To say the least, though, to give another example of how strong he is, this dude single-handedly killed Galactus.
Yeah. Yeah. And another thing they showed in the movie that not a lot of people liked, he literally slung the devil back to hell. Like, And I'm not talking about killed him. I'm talking about literally threw him up in the air, grabbed him with his chain, and says, "Go back to hell," and slung him back through the ground. Slung him so hard he shot through the ground back to hell. Like, it's wild. Like, he's nuts.
If we get Nicolas Cage, Ghost Rider, do you think he'll be the blue flamed one, or do you think that they're going to take him back to his original flames?
That's a good question. That's if they want to still keep Spirit of Vengeance canon.
You're right.
Like I said, not a lot of people liked that movie. I think it'd be cool if it was the Blue Flame, just because, you know, he gained the spirit of, like, he freed the Spirit of Vengeance instead of, you know, still being harbored by the demonic side of it.
I mean, that's the last place we see him.
Right. But maybe it could just be like a power up thing where he's got normal flames normally, but like whenever he wants to be like super boosted, it can turn blue.
Yeah.
So either way, that'd be cool. So what next have you got for us for Secret Wars, Ridge?
All right, so the next rumor that we have going around is that there will be Illuminati 2.0 formed with characters like Professor X, Black Panther, and Reed Richards. It says that they will form an unnamed group clearly meant to evoke the Illuminati. So they will be the new thing coming in for the new universe, and they will be the group that will pretty much, the way it sounds is they'll take over the role of the TVA, and that the fact that they'll be the ones that monitor the multiverse going forward to prevent timeline loops and collapses.
And, you know, we've got, you know, I wonder what versions of these characters will be the Illuminati, you know? Because, you know, we've already seen the Illuminati in Doctor Strange, so we got, you know, John Krasinski's Reed Richards and Black Bolt and Maria Rambeau as Captain Marvel and, you know, Captain Carter and all that jazz. So I wonder, you know, I assume off the top that it'll be, you know, Reed Richards, you know, Pedro Pascal's Reed Richards. I assume Professor X. I mean, I feel like that's a needed character too. I assume Doctor Strange. Those are the top three that I 100% assume. And of course, I think a different version, or maybe our new version of T'Challa. Other than that, I think, you know, the only other person that I could think of that'd be in it is Namor. But
Yeah.
and Tony, if we're having like a multiversal Tony, I could see that too. But what do you guys think? Is there anybody that you think would also be in it or could be in it?
So I obviously think that whoever this new T'Challa is, I think that he will take on that role. And if they do that, that still leaves free the idea for the third Black Panther, T'Challa Jr., if you will, to take on the Black Panther mantle and also be able to get into the story of him and Storm getting married.
Right.
So that would be, to me, that's the best way to do that if you're going to bring in a new T'Challa to take over the Black Panther role.
Yeah.
I'm sure other people would probably say, "No, let's just keep him around this Wakanda, so that way, you know, we have a Black Panther." But like I said, if you have his son aged up, then why not just run that? Especially since we're going into this mutant era, it makes sense to do it this way. So that way we do get Storm.
Yeah.
Other characters, I'm going to throw out a wild card on this one, all right? What if at the end of Secret Wars, to join the group is Doctor Doom?
I mean, I don't think that's I don't think that's far fetched. To be honest with you,
I mean, because I don't think that they're going to kill him off.
no.
I think you got to keep him around for more movies, and like he'll kind of play the same role as Loki, right?
Right.
If you put him with the Illuminati, then this group of heroes are always watching over him too, and making sure that he doesn't step out of line. Until later on down the road, whenever they get sidetracked on something else, and that's whenever he breaks off again.
Right.
So that'd be an interesting pick, I think. Maybe Doctor Strange. I don't necessarily think I want him in this group, just because I want him more so focused on being the leader of the new Midnight Suns,
Yeah.
or being a part of the Midnight Suns.
Well, to think about it, the Illuminati is really a team. It's more of like a council.
Right. But if you had this council that are able to stay, in between universes,
Right.
there's an easier way to be able to keep an eye on what Doom does, because they're always going to see him as a potential threat if they don't keep him on their side.
I just think it'd be a good like I said, we saw him in Multiverse of Madness. I just think it'd be a really cool reference because if you watch Infinity War, when Tony pulls out the phone to call Steve at the beginning of it, you can see there's an app on that phone that says Illuminati with the Illuminati logo.
Right.
Not not the pyramid with the eye like most of us would think, but the comic book Illuminati logo. So I think it'd be cool if they reference that, or like reference of a knowing group of the Illuminati besides, Doctor Strange. But either way, it's gonna be cool. Like, I'm excited to see what happens with it. And I hope they have aura like they did in the Doctor Strange movie with all them chairs and everything.
Just hope this group doesn't die.
Yeah. Black Bolt needs to keep his mouth shut. That's for sure.
I don't see them using Black Bolt in this group.
No, they would have to. I mean, they only brought that Black Bolt back just for a reference to the Inhuman show. So, like, we haven't really even got the Inhumans in this or anything like that. So,
well, it's not even that they did that for that sake. I think it was just that Kevin Feige likes the character Black Bolt, but everything else Inhumans related, he doesn't care about really.
Well, the only reason I said that is because the guy who played Black Bolt in that was the guy who played Black Bolt in the Inhumans short series that they did. So, but
it was an easy pick and grab.
Yeah, absolutely. It's definitely like a good character that when people saw him and they knew, they were just like, whoa, like did not expect that type of thing.
Right.
But yeah, and sadly, guys, that's the last topic of the episode. That's another week where we just flew through it.
I know, right?
I guess I need to start pulling out them tier list, huh?
No. No, you sure don't.
Ridge, we're gonna need you to go see Jackass so we can talk about it for an hour.
But no, guys, like we say every week, Ridge, how about before we get to the last part, how about you remind everybody of our up and coming events?
Yeah, sure. So, I don't know the dates though. That's the only issue. I don't know the dates off the top of my head.
July 31st through August 2nd, which will probably only be there 1, maybe 2 days.
Is our first event, and that is we will be at CreepyCon up in Knoxville. So if you're going to CreepyCon, or if you have never been, definitely go. This is their 10-year anniversary for it.
They got some good people coming.
Yeah, they got some really good people coming this year, and I'm glad that they accepted us back for media passes They didn't have to do that, and huge shout out to them. I appreciate them for doing that. Um, and then September 19th, is that correct?
Yep.
Yes, I got it right for once. Is we will be at the Scream Chamber in Athens, Tennessee, and they're going to have their kickoff event where there'll be a bunch of different booths set up and food trucks will be there. You'll be able to get to, explore other small businesses and everything. And like I said, we'll be there. We'll have a table set up underneath a little tent or canopy, whatever you want to call it, where we'll have a table that you can sign. You'll get to talk to us. You can get a little business card from us. It'll be a real fun time. Also, make sure that you put in for their drawing of their quote unquote door prizes. I think that's what you call them at least, because we are giving away 2 tickets to the house. And that's going to be a real fun time. Who knows, you might end up going through with us. If so, I'm so sorry that they decide to put you with us. But it'll be a fun time either way. We'll do little interviews with people to get their reactions coming out of the house, see what they thought of it, see what your favorite part of the house is, maybe. We might try to get an interview with a couple of the people that run the place. Don't know yet. Haven't talked to them about it. But yeah, that's what we got coming up in the near future. So make sure that you stay tuned for that. Make sure that you come out to those events. Come hang out with us. Don't be afraid to say hey. We'll probably come up to you and say hey. For all you know. Let's see. What else is there?
Well, I don't really remember anything else, but
I think that's about it.
I was just gonna say, you know, here coming Wednesday will be officially 3 months till Halloween season, or to us real ones, Halloween season starts in about 2 months.
Halloween season's already started.
Facts, but the month of October is only 3 months away. Coming Wednesday, so I just want people, if y'all are on or around, comment or just even bring up to any of us, those who know us in person. Think of some things that y'all would want us to do for Halloween season. Like last year, we did the Halloween stories and the scary stories and everything. So think of stuff. Even you guys, think of stuff that we could do for the Halloween season and all that jazz. So I think we could do something really, typically horror is our thing. We mostly Marvel's our thing, but we do go to a lot of horror movie conventions and we talk a lot about horror. So I think we should think about something to do. But other than that, I think I'm done.
Well, if you are, make sure that you like the video if you like our content. If not, oh well. Make sure that you subscribe to us. It costs absolutely nothing to subscribe to us. Even if you don't watch us on a regular basis, subscribe to us anyways. Let it just sit in the background. You ain't got to turn the notifications on or anything. Just let it sit there with all the other YouTube channels that you decide to subscribe to, but you don't watch on the average.
Yep.
Because, we're trying to get to 150 subs by the end of the year. I think is more than a reasonable thing. I think that if our cards are played right, we can hit 150 by October.
Yep, that'd be nice. That would be nice.
But we will see.
Yep.
Other than that, fellas, you got anything else on the plates?
Nope.
Are we satisfied?
Yep, I'm pretty satisfied.
I'll never be satisfied.
Okay, Jeff,
Hamilton reference. All right. Hamilton reference.
All right. Peace out, folks. We'll see you guys next week.